Hello and welcome to the Bright Show right here on ATU TV. My name is Bright Wache, and today I'm here with some of the ATU SRC aspirants. Yes, so we have here Mr. Kwesi Samuel, and then we have David Ni Abe. Mr. Kwesi, David Ni Abe, you're welcome to the Bright Show.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
All right, so Mr. Kwesi, can you introduce yourself to us? Who are
Okay.
you?
Okay. So as you said earlier, my name is Mr. Kwesi Samuel,
Okay.
a student of Medical Laboratory Science Technology,
All right.
and I'm in level 200. For now, I'm aspiring as the next house president for our noble institution, AT.
Wow. What about you?
So I'm the person of David Ni Abe. Currently doing my top up,
Okay.
Bachelor of Technology in Marketing. Also an aspirant for SRC Warfare Officer.
Okay. Okay. So, what motivated you to aspire for SRC officer?
Okay, so during my HND, over the past 2 years when I completed, I happened to serve as Accra Metro NASPA Organizing Secretary, that is National Service Personnel Association, where I happen to be the organizing secretary for Accra Metro. So, having been a leader during my senior high school, happened to be the intercom coordinator.
Okay.
And during my HND too, happened to be the radio manager.
Wow.
SLC had a radio, so I was one managing the radio as at the time.
Oh, nice.
Also, I was part of the SLC warfare committee, assisting them because of the field I happened to find myself. I'm an event planner too as well.
Wow.
So last 2 years we happened to bring Shatawali on this campus, and I was the master planner behind this whole event.
Oh, nice.
So coming back to do my top up, I wanted to take a bold step to also be in the office or aspire for SRC warfare officer. Also have other initiatives I also want to implement aside the office.
Yeah. Wow, you have a lot of portfolio. All right. So, Mr. Quason, what motivated you to aspire for SRC president?
Okay. So you see, as a student, when you come to campus and I look around on campus, I was able to find a whole lot of problems on campus.
Wow.
After finding these problems, I sat down strategically to get some of the correct solutions to this problem. After seeing these problems, and I got to realize that for these problems to be solved, I need to spearhead the solution. And that was what motivated me that I should contest for the SLC president, to be the SLC president, to spearhead these particular problems and get a solution. Having the background of SLC president from SHS, then SLC prefect, school SHS prefect, and all this stuff. I believe that those skills and experience I got from that particular level will be able to guide me through to be able to spearhead all those problems and get proper solution for our students. So also find some good of education on campus, from health to academics to sanitation. Every part is supposed to be solved, and these problems you will need a strategic and a visionary leader to see to all these things. And that is why I had to put myself forward to come in as the next SLC president.
Wow. So you said that there are a lot of problems on campus, and you have solutions to all of them, right?
Yeah.
So can you mention some of the problems that you've seen on campus?
Yeah. For campus, there are numerous of the problems. I would want to talk about some. I cannot talk about all of them.
Yeah.
You see, there is something that I always say that when you want to help a student, you start from the classroom, because this is a place where we go to equip the knowledge that we came to school for. If you go to the classroom, that is where we take our skill, the knowledge, everything that we need. That is where we take it.
Mr. Quest, can you project for us?
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, if you go to these classrooms, that is where we equip our knowledge. And for us to help these SLC students that are part of the SLC, we look at the problems they face in their classroom. Students come to campus, and when they go to their various classrooms, you see our lecture halls are very large. Some of them, they are very, very, very large. And when a lecturer is speaking, students sit behind and they cannot even hear what the lecturer is talking about, not to talk about understanding what they are saying. You see, there is a problem when you are not hearing, and there is another problem when you are not understanding what the lecturer is saying. But here comes where the students of AT face all these two problems together. We don't hear what he's saying, and we don't understand. The main focus here is that I cannot come to campus. People take car from other places to campus just to study. And when they come, they do not hear what the lecturer is saying. It is really, really not good because we waste our time coming to campus and we do not hear what the lecturers are saying. This is why we need to get a solution to this problem.
Okay, so what are some of the solutions
The solution I came up with is to install PA system in every class. That is why my policy one is lecture hall PA system installation. In every single class, we must have a PA system there so that you can be able to do what? Understand what the lecturer is saying. When you hear what the lecturer is saying, then you can be able to what? Understand. If you do not understand, then you can point out to the lecturer that, oh, say, here, I didn't understand. Can you please go over? But if you didn't hear what he said, how are you going to ask him that, say, this side I didn't understand? But when you have the PA systems installed in your classroom permanently, it's not the one that students will have to go and carry the speakers climbing the great wall to the top, the electrical block to the great wall, and people going to the BTEC top are going up and down. We must find a way that they wouldn't have to waste time. Students go to class, and sometimes class that is supposed to start 7 o'clock. As at 7:30 to 8 o'clock, the speakers are not in. The lecturer will come and will stand there waiting. If the lecturer is to keep on speaking, it's because he wants to teach, but the students are not going to hear what he's talking about.
Okay.
We waste a whole lot of energy and time getting these speakers. But if we install these PA systems in every single class, what they need is to just come, take the microphone, and start teaching. This is a way that we are going to solve that particular problem. It's all part of our academics. And it's really, 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 really something we need to look at because something that can affect your GPA, it is very crucial to us. Because if I do not understand, it will affect my examination.
Yes.
Because I'll get to write on the same topic the lecturer is teaching. And here comes, I didn't even hear what he was saying. How am I going to append to it? You can't. So please, it is really of great essence for us to make sure that we have installed PA system in every single class. And the projectors too are very important as well. There's also one major problem because some classes they don't have projectors, lectures will be writing, and some of the diagrams are very important in teaching.
Yeah.
And we really need to get it.
Okay.
So that is one of the problems on campus.
Okay. So DNA, David Ni Abe. All right. So what is your vision for the student as SRC welfare officer?
Okay. Before that, I'm sure we'll come back again to speak more. Okay.
Yeah.
But for now, I have to be, principled in the sense that I can't disclose some of the policies I have on board for the meantime. Because I believe since we are airing this interview, it will still go out for people to listen to. So there are initiatives that I'm also bringing on campus that I shouldn't just occupy the position or the portfolio before I can execute them.
Okay.
There are certain things that needs to be done even before the term of office. And if God should give us the grace to serve as the welfare officer, we have more initiatives that we are sort of bringing on campus in order to help students. So, like you said, we are all students here, and one way or the other, we have our flaws.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are certain things that you don't have to wait for someone to draw your attention.
Okay.
If you say this is not right, you have to help play a role in order to achieve that common goal. Okay, so like I rightfully said, next week, I noticed that even for the past years, if you really follow most of these current affairs and all that, there was a video viral saying that ATU, we are dirty and the whole place is dirty and all that. But I've also taken upon myself that even though me myself, I've witnessed that. I happened to be in, I think, Great OB, and what I saw was something I didn't even expect. Yeah, because most of the students they forget themselves. I wouldn't say they are lazy though, but people eat, and at the end of the day, they forget to trash the garbage they have.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a dustbin over there. Okay, and sometimes maybe I might be having my class maybe in the morning, maybe 7 to 10 or 7 to 11. From there, I'm done with my class for the day. Other courses or other departments also would fill that lecture hall. At the end of the day, if I should barge into a class and the place is very, very dirty, sometimes if you don't feel comfortable, you wouldn't feel comfortable because most lecturers even don't like the idea that they come to the class and even the desks in the lecture halls are not arranged.
Okay.
So I've taken that upon myself to bring this initiative. There is more to come up. So I'll be organizing keep the campus clean with DNA.
Okay.
I decided to have it on the 7th of June,
Okay.
but I'm going to change the date to make it 3 days
Okay.
because you can't just do something a day and expect a positive impact.
Okay. So we'll talk about this later. But
Sure.
Mr. Quayson,
Yeah.
what I mean, what is your vision for the student? What is your vision?
The vision is to have a human resource development.
Mm-hmm.
It's my words up. The vision is to have a human resource development and infrastructure development as well.
Okay.
At the end of the administration, we should make sure that every policy we are coming up on board is going to develop the graduate students that are going to leave the school,
Okay.
to develop the undergraduates who are also in the school.
Mm-hmm.
And also the infrastructure-wise, we must be able to develop. It's all about development.
Development.
From human resource to infrastructure. That is
Wow.
where my vision goes at.
It's all about development. Wow.
Yes.
So some time ago, some students came complaining that their bags are missing. That was when they were writing exams. Yes. So with this kind of problem, how are you going to address it?
Okay. So before I go to it, if you can realize that the current SRC has been able to establish a particular container that is going to be meant to solve. When they were doing their campaign time, they came up with a policy called the Save My Bag policy.
Okay.
So when they came into power, what they did was that they brought a container. If you go to that gate at the east gate, I don't know, that's the east gate, the one at that side, you see a container there. That container is meant for that particular problem you are talking about.
Okay.
During examination time, students will go there to give their bags there, just as they do it at ShopRite and those stuff. They give you a cheat, then you come, then later you come forward. So that problem, some parts of the solution has already come, but the place doesn't look that's enough for the students because it's not big enough for the students. And for us to get another place too, I had to get some conversation with the president, and he was also saying that he is also trying to get another place that is at the old hostel where the visitors go, the new hostel, where the visitors stayed when they go there. They want to use that place to also help the students during the examination time so that they can take their bags. So you are going to have two places for that particular project. So for that particular problem, it is being solved. And when we come into office, we will try to maintain and add extra ones to it. That is what I can do to help. Because you cannot just come and trust what is already there.
No.
And if they do not finish, you need to make sure you complete it.
Yeah.
So there is a progress that is ongoing, and when you come, you should also be able to add more and maintain what you are having already.
Okay.
So for that problem, I think they are on it, solving it, and when everything is done, you get to have a solution. If they don't finish, when I come to, I'll make sure that I also continue it, complete it, and we'll add extra maintenance to it as well.
Wow. Wow. This is very good to hear. All right. So DNA. Yes. You are the welfare officer, aspiring for welfare officer. Yes. So welfare, is it about entertainment?
No. If you really go through the constitution, entertainment plays a role. Okay, but then you also have to see to the welfare of the students, making sure that they are comfortable on campus, bring up some initiatives that is going to help most of the students. It shouldn't just be books. Okay, there are some extra curriculum activities that you can also engage yourself in. So you don't have to focus on entertainment.
Okay.
You have to ensure that the campus you find, the terrain you find yourself is very safe for all the students on campus. Okay, it shouldn't just be lecture halls and entertainment. So they are, like I said, since we'll be coming back, I'm going to give you more of the initiatives I want to bring on campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are theft cases. I mean, there are intruders who have been bumping into the school's hostel, and then they go there to steal a lot of possessions. Yeah. So as the welfare officer, how are you going to ensure security in the school?
All right, sure. So thank you very much again. And before the level hundreds, will be preparing for their exams. I know most of the continuing students, they are aware of the theory we find ourselves. So I was on the campus, campus tour. I spoke to most of the students about be your own security.
Okay.
In the sense that there are some initiatives that is going to help a long way, because you don't have, it's just like you go to SHS1 and you don't have any insight about how the campus looks like. Okay, so we need to get people who are going to educate you on some of the things you're supposed to follow. You're supposed to go here, don't go here. So I took that upon myself, visited most of the lecture halls. I spoke to them about being your own security, where, if you are about writing exams, you have to be there before time.
Okay.
Also, you need to secure a place for yourself to put your items. Could be that maybe you could leave it in your lecture hall, your lecturer's office, maybe your department, or get someone who is someone you can trust, where you can keep your items. Now, with regards to the hostels you're talking about, we have the porters, but I feel there has to be an instance where we can also get someone who is going to be a security over there. Even though we have security at the main entrances, I feel there's more security that needs to be done or add up to the management we have at the moment. So as it stands now, we have to also educate more of the hostelers on be your own security, so that you wouldn't leave your items openly. Also, when you're stepping out, you need to make sure your door is locked. Okay, so there are so many measures that we can put in place, or I will put in place. I will ensure that it's being done. And I'm a person that I don't just talk; I only show action. That is me.
Show
And a
action.
man with a
You
plan.
don't talk
That
much.
is me. Yeah.
Wow, a man with a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so DNA, please tell us about your initiative. Your initiative is it keep the
Campus
campus
clean.
clean? Yes.
Yeah. So in life, I would always say that there is always a plan that you need to follow. Because if you don't, you fail to plan, you always fail. You get it, and you have to be systematic as a business oriented person. You should always know how you position yourself into the job market. Okay, for instance, when I happen to visit a lecture and the place is dirty, I don't feel comfortable. That is me.
Okay.
Others may feel comfortable. Okay, but you need to be principled in the sense that even in the Bible it says that cleanliness is lead to what godliness. At the end of the day, you shouldn't just think about you coming to class to study. Okay, so like I said, keep the campus clean. I'll feel very bad when I get to hear people from other universities talk about our school, because during my national service at Cocoa Health and Extension Division under Cocoa Board, I happen to work with some personnel from different universities.
Okay.
Whenever they bring up an argument, sometimes you don't have anything to say, but I always prove a point. Okay, so taking this upon myself to organize this cleanup exercise, you shouldn't always think about yourself. You should always think about the people, the well-being of them, in order to also give them a conducive environment for them to be able to study very well for themselves.
Okay.
So we'll be visiting most of the lecture halls. Those who they have items that they are done using them, we can take that from them. Also, recycling wise, this sachet water, bottled water, and all that. It's even a source of business in order to also help those out there, and also help their day-to-day business affairs. Okay. Also, when you visit the lecture, some of the fans are very dirty. At least we can take that upon ourselves to also make sure the fan is clean.
Okay, so would there be training as well for students? Because after
Training.
after the 3 days training, most of them will just forget about what you are saying, and then they'll create mess all around. So would there be education or training for that?
So it's not just do the work, but then you also have to educate them on what cleanliness is all about. Okay, and I believe most of them are aware, but then they just need a little push. People may you can motivate people. It's left to the person to decide whether I'm going to take it or leave it. Okay, so if you have someone who is going to inspire you or motivate you, at the end of the day, you can also change the narrative of students on campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Kaysen, do you have anything to say?
Okay. So what I would want to say is that as students, we should always make our minds up that the SLC is not far away from us.
Okay.
We form the SLC. We are the SLC, and we make up the SLC. We shouldn't see SLC aspirant when they come to our classes as different people from us. that when they come, sometimes you don't give them attention. You're a student and you are watching. What I want you to know is that every time an aspirant comes to you, just give them a listening ear. If you have questions, you should ask them. Because we from the SLC, we are the SLC, so we shouldn't push them away. And on any time, I would always say that they should all rally behind Mr. Kwizin for the next SLC president. Thank you.
Okay, what about you? You have anything to say?
I would also say we are all big family, okay, and we are all students on campus, and one way or the other, we are all not perfect, okay. So I want us to have that kind of brother and friend relationship where when you encounter any challenge or any issue, you look nowhere.
Okay.
Okay, you should always be maybe you might text, but you wouldn't get instant reply.
Okay.
Maybe a phone call would do, and also supporting DNA is a very good person that you can also rely on, not just a word of mouth. Okay, so we should always look at the bigger picture ahead of us in life. During my HND time, I always like to talk with reference. You don't have to occupy the position before you can help people. And like during my campaigns, visiting most of the lecture halls and all that, I like to help people, not because I'm going to get something in return. Because I always tell you that the bigger picture is something you should always have in mind as a person or as a human being. Because I don't know where I'm going to see you in years to come. I had colleagues join my HND time, and everyone has his own lifestyle and how he or she wants to live. Okay, but if someone should treat me wrong or bad, and I should take that upon myself, and I'm not being fair to myself as well. Okay, so most of them, we still get in touch. Some of them that join our HND time, they were some way somehow. Sorry to put it that way, but I'm still helping such people.
Okay.
And those who be doing their attachment this semester too. So far as I work with National Service Scheme, I have some of the companies that I've already spoken to them about that, and I'm also going to assist them to get a place to do their attachment. Also, most people go join their attachments and they don't even factor certain things in common because they feel like attachment you're not being paid for. So you go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, you're giving excuses. But you forget that there's always a bigger picture ahead in life. Okay, where when you should get your final year and you're done, you'll be looking forward to do your national service. And now this is where the struggle comes in. That you're now looking for a place to do your national service, where you might be taken to a different place, you may not like it. But if you be able to build that kind of relationship, trust me, you have a long way to go. And you should always have a circle where you are welcomed and everyone also welcome you. So it shouldn't just be because of the position, but then the mandate.
The mandate.
Yes, the work behind it. And if God should give us the grace to serve as the welfare officer, I don't want people to also distance themselves. I want us to come together and work together for the betterment of ATU.
Okay, according to DNA, I want us to come together and work together. Now, to my audience, do you have any kind of question you want to ask them?
I want to ask one question. Sir, question is it question? Question. Okay. So as we were speaking, you said you were once a leader in a senior high school. So what legacy did you leave over there? So we can go over there and then do research and find out the kind of legacy you left, and then you can see that maybe you have the capability of going ATU.
Okay. So one thing that if you go there and you ask, they will always bring your mind up to quizzing was that when I was the prefect there, that time I wasn't even the prefect, I was an acting prefect at that time. And that time, during our prep times, it's a mixed school. So we do mixed prepping and everything. But I got to realize that during the mixed prepping time, the focus and those times, the boys, they don't focus. We go around and it's like pairing and those kind of things. So most of the time, our WASI results were mostly coming down and those stuff. But I went to the academic headmaster and I was able to come into terms with him that the best thing we can do is let's make it a single sex prepping. So if you go there today, they are still having the single sex prepping, and it has made a very good impact on our WASI. It's increased. We are just moving from 51, 52%, and during my time that we completed, we moved to 68. So I think it gave a very good impact on our WASI result. And up to now, the school is still running the single sex prepping up to now, and it was the idea of Mr. Kwesen from the
Wow.
childhood stage.
It was the idea of Mr. Kwesen. Okay, so we're going to go for a quick breather, and when we return, we'll continue with the questions. From that break, now let's continue with our question. To my audience, do you have any other question you want to ask? Because you have to ask questions. Yes. Hello.
Okay, so my question is to both of you. We are in, let's say, a country where the economy is on a derailing side, I can say, and youths are, let's say, the victims here. And from what you guys have been talking about so far, all I can hear is GPA, GPA, GPA. Do you have any incentives to help us whilst you are going out there with this kind of capacity or a mindset that's going to aid us? Because Mr. Kwesen spoke about he aiding us in the GPA by he bringing out some incentives. I think DN also had some things also to help us build up our GPA so far. I've never heard anything practical in the real world yet. So, is there any incentives you are to bring on board to help us in the real world apart from?
Okay, you see, as he was even saying, we cannot disclose all the policies to you, but I can assure you that I have some policies that if I come to your class and explain to you during the policy time, you will know that it is having impact on you, not only your academics. We have other aspect too. That is why the policy is always not one. We have one part that should go to academics, some parts will go to health, some parts will go to sanitation, some parts will go to the welfare side. Do you get it? So that side you are talking about, we have a policy that is to see to it. And when I come, you will understand it. But for now, I might not be able to disclose it to you.
So,
Trust me.
Mr. Kwesi, so the explanation itself can help the person to understand your policy.
Okay, if you want me to explain something small about it, then I think that one I can give small explanation about it. We have a policy that is meant to support students who sells on campus, to support them financially in whatever they will be doing on campus. You see, and it will also motivate other people to also venture into that particular field. And we have another policy that is going to train students, various training students how to prepare these minor things like power zone, liquid soap, those things. Students need these things to help them. These are minor things that you can be selling around to get money to. So you understand that part that I'm talking about. But I wouldn't want to talk about everything. But I just want you to know that there are policies that are meant to solve these problems, policies that are meant to also equip you financially as well. Okay.
Wow. There are lots of policies.
So, also, thank you very much for such question. When I like it this way, when you want to come to the real world or the corporate world. Me in particular, I like to do business a lot. Okay, and you don't have to focus on one thing. I believe in multi-purpose taxing. Okay, so like I said, even during my NASPA administration, there was no funds that was located for us to, run most of our activities.
Okay.
I was able to, advocate and seek for sponsorships where I even organized a health work from Mensa to Pediasi.
Wow.
And I'm thinking about their well-being. Also organize an entrepreneurship summit and a workshop where before you be done with your national service, you should be able to learn some handy stuff for yourself. So we organized such program at Accra Metropolitan Assembly AM Media Auditorium, and as part of that, even most of them that they are done with their national service, most of them I still teach them content creation, digital marketing, events planning, social media management. This is something I do personally on my own, and I believe in winning together as a society. Because if I'm the one giving you money or feeding you every day, I might get fed up. You
Yeah.
get it? So if I know how to fish and I don't teach you how to fish, then I'm being selfish. Because I can't, get everything for myself. Left alone, if you should grow as a society, it depends on the impact you give to the society you find yourself or the environment you find yourself. So when it comes to the corporate world, you just have to learn some handy stuff for yourself, which I'm already doing that on campus already. So I have a platform where I educate most of the students that they are yet to start their business. Also, those that they are their business or they have their business already. I'm giving them some marketing strategies that you can follow in order to position your business into the job market. If you really follow current affairs, you will know that Glovo is no more in the market. There's always a question: why are they leaving? Because they are not meeting expectations. And everyone can be a CEO. Whenever I meet someone, I just tell the person you can be a CEO. But how can you be in the system for a very long time? This is something you have to consider as an individual. Probably you might think you don't have that money to start a business. There are so many ways you can start a business without money, like I did for myself. So I can, assist you guys. It's not something that I'm going to keep to myself. I share with people so that people can also get inspired and also get some kind of motivation behind this and build upon themselves. So this shouldn't be on one side, but then it should be both sides. Like I said, you should always have a bigger picture ahead of you.
Okay. Mr. David, after the show, I'll come and see you so that
I'm ever ready.
you
I
teach
think
me how to
my
start a
boss is
business
around.
without
My
money,
my boss is also around.
without having money.
Mr. Jason.
Mr. JC.
Yeah,
All
Mr.
right.
JC. Yeah.
All right. To my audience again, please, you have any question?
Yes. For the question is for the welfare aspirant.
Okay.
Okay. So when I listened to you carefully and I realized that you spoke about security, spoke about welfare, but by the working document of the SRC, that is our constitution, there's a lot you have to do when it comes to you being the welfare officer. And one is that you have the mandate or you are being mandated. This is what the constitution has provided for you to do aside your personal policies.
Yeah.
And one is you must provide first aid kits on strategic points on campus. And I've been on this campus and I've never seen that. I was hoping to hear that from you, but unfortunately, no. So my question is, do you have plans
Okay,
to work on that? And what are some of the procedures you're putting in place to tackle student personal health?
Okay, so thank you very much. Like I said earlier, I'm not. I'm sure you were here when we started, right? And all of these things has to do with policies. Okay, like I said, I can't voice out everything here, and I know we'll come back again to have this discussion. So I have an action plan. Okay, something I've even drawn for the past 2 years, and every day, day in, day out, you need to have, you need to add up. Okay, see to the ones that you can do within the shortest possible time. Okay, so with this sanitation thing I'm starting, it's just a stepping stone. Okay, so at the right time, like I said, I would come back to talk more about that.
Okay. So at the right
Are you
time.
okay with that, or you still need a breakdown?
Yes, because looking at you are okay. So the point is, you don't want to disclose all the plans, but
Yes.
I would have loved to really hear. And secondly, advise the FSRC on cultural and then social development of students. And these are some things I've never seen on campus. We don't have anything like any cultural display. We are all living our foreign lives and our personal lives the way we want. And the next question I want to ask is concerning entertainment, what do you intend? How many times do you intend to host entertainment on campus?
How
In
many
your time?
times?
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, the focus shouldn't be entertainment. Okay, but we have a calendar, academic calendar you're supposed to work with.
Yes.
Okay, so if that time is due, when you talk about cultural heritage, I'm a man, I'm an African. Okay, and for the past years before I was part of the SRC during my HND time, I initiated this um, 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 program that has to do with like the way we have this Charlotte. We have fashion students here where we have HCI, we have this engineering also. So if I should be giving the nod to serve as the SRC welfare officer, there's going to be a day where you showcase whatever we do on this campus. Okay, so with the fashion, we're going to have a stand or a setup for them so that we can also see to whatever they are doing. They also educate us about whatever they are producing. Okay, so that we can purchase Ghana or ATU as a whole.
Okay, so I'll say I'll hold on you. See, we are going to talk again.
Okay, sure.
Let me go to my able aspirant, the presidential aspirant. You mentioned of provision of PA systems for us in our lectures, and this is a very interesting thing to hear. In fact, our current SRC executives made mention of that when they were campaigning, and up till now we are not seeing anything out of it. I personally have made a follow up on it, and they are telling us the problems in acquiring those things instead of giving us what they said they are coming to do. Now, my question is, have you done a research and then sought to know what it will take to provide that before you tell us you are coming to do it?
Okay, so I've done some research to getting to know some of the places where we can go there to purchase whatever we need to do. That's the various speakers that will be installed into those particular places. But I don't know the challenges you are talking about because I didn't hear of the challenges as I was doing those research and those. What they gave me was the prices and those types and others. And though I cannot disclose the price and those things here, but those are the things I checked up to get to know if we are going to purchase. Because mind you, the SRC will draw a budget, and this budget should cover these figures and everything we are talking about. You get it here. So I don't know if maybe some of their policies that they wanted to do was taking much of the fund than using it for the PA system. Maybe that is the challenge you are talking about. I might not know the challenge because the challenge, I don't think maybe is about the purchasing or anything. Do you get it? Maybe how they are going to share the funds for the project they are doing. That is the challenge that they are talking about. But that I don't know. But unless maybe you tell me the challenge you are talking about.
No, I'm not ready to disclose what they told me, right? This is personal to you.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
my question is that, you see, there is, let me say, we are in tough times that things are really expensive, right?
Yeah.
And let me say the SRC, it might come to a point you can't invest all the fund that you get from the management into that alone. That means you'll be stranded. You'll not be able to do any other thing except that. And the campus is big. That if you say you are going to provide for, according to you, you are providing for each class,
Yeah.
which is not an easy task, if I must admit.
Yeah.
So how do we intend to raise money for that, since it is obvious that the whole budget of the SRC will not be enough to cater for that? How do we intend to raise funds to achieve that?
There should be some sponsorship plans. You see, the SRC is not solely supposed to depend on only the management fund. Sometimes you also need to seek for sponsorship from other people too. There has been programs that has been organized on campus that these programs were done through sponsorship. So if you are able to be good in how you try to advocate during sponsorship and those types, you'll be able to get certain companies to also support you in certain projects you want to do. So I believe in sponsorship and how you are going to seek for it. Do you get it? So per what you are saying, I really understand it because I thought of all these challenges before I came up with the policy. And I got to realize that if you are going to have anything of that sort, you should be able to get sponsorship attached to the money that the funds that will be coming from the administration as well. Do you get it?
Okay, Mr. Question, thank you very much. So that's all for the Bright Show right here on ATU TV. My name is Bright Boache, and thank you so much, Mr. Question and David. And also a big thank go to my audience here for joining me today. We'll see you same time next week.